What's up, zebras? How's it going? If you see me looking the same as this in a different video, it's because I'm filming these at the same time. I just don't have the energy to change my outfit. Yeah, I have been MIA for a good couple months, and I just want to come in and fill you in on what's been happening with my life. Life has been pretty good. I've been to see a few specialists recently, had some bad news, had some good news, and a little bit in between. So let me kind of fill you in on my personal situation. I did take a break. I think part of it was intentional and part of it just kind of wasn't, because you know what I'm like now. I am in a few groups to do with like chronic health, and in the nicest way possible. Some of them are really negative, and I think I just needed a change of scene for a little bit. I find that a lot of chronic illness groups in particular, there seems like competition on who's sickest, and I think that's horrible. I think that's awful that people try and strive to be the sickest. There's a lot of people who are accused of faking illness. It can be quite a negative place sometimes, especially, you know, if you're genuinely struggling and suffering, someone else coming along and saying, well, my illness is worse than yours, it deflates you a little bit. Like, who's to say their illness is worse than yours? You don't know that. Everyone has their own struggles, and you can't compare one person to the other. It's just not possible. So I definitely tried to take a step back from that, and that definitely helped. I passed my driving test. How amazing is that? First time, what was that about?
Are you filming me?
What?
Are you filming me?
Yeah.
Going home. Can I put your bag in the back? Hi.
I've been learning to drive for about 8 or 9 months, so I did it quite quickly, and I'm really proud of myself. I've got my own little car. I'm going to be able to take myself to like hospital appointments. It's definitely a relief to have some more mobility, considering my mobility is very hit and miss. My physio has been super proud of like my progress. My stamina has definitely gotten better. I'm able to do a few more shifts here and there at my work. Things generally have been getting better. I've had the few occasions where I pushed myself a little bit too much. Like, I decided to walk to work one day, and it was so hot, and when I got to work, obviously it all caught up with me, and I passed out. I passed out at work, and they had to send me home. There's been a couple of like small instances like that, but generally, like, I'm doing better. My physio has now discharged me until like Christmas time, because she wants me to come back and do like the pain management program. I'm on a strong painkiller, which, you know, I'm being very responsible with, and has definitely helped with my pain. The sun has been helpful. I feel like I'm a little plant. I just need some sun, some water to like help me thrive and grow. I went back to see my gastrologist, and unfortunately, you know, we did get a diagnosis. They said that unfortunately my gastric problem is that I have oversensitivity of my gut, and there's just nothing that they can do anymore about it. There's no sort of intervention that is available to help with my issues, which is like nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, abdominal pain, issues going to the toilet. They found that my muscles aren't opening and closing properly. The brain can't send the signals down properly, so the body doesn't know when to relax and when to tighten up. So that means I get like urgency, and then times where I just can't go at all. It's tough hearing someone say there's nothing we can do anymore. You know, I'm actively going to try and do everything I can to help manage my symptoms, and, you know, my doctor said, you know, we're not going to discharge you, we're going to keep seeing you, and we're going to keep trying to help you get on top of stuff. But as far as mechanically, there's nothing wrong. It's just your nerves are shot, basically. The signals are getting messed up and everything's too sensitive. I also went to see a cardiologist at the same hospital, and he was super nice. He agreed that it sounded like I definitely had POTS. He wants to do a tilt test, which I'm not thrilled about because I've heard a lot about tilt tests and how awful they are and how they make you feel horrible. And he also wants to do an echocardiogram just to check that there's no like rips or tears in my heart. So we're definitely making like a lot of progress, and it's been slow. It's been very slow, but things are slowly getting better, and there's so much to be thankful for even in this situation. And my gastric specialist said, you know, even though what you have is horrible and it caused you pain and suffering, at least we know that there's nothing mechanically wrong now, and God forbid, like, you know, you wouldn't want to have a tube fitted unless it's necessary. You know, we don't need to sort of consider that as an option, which is good because I follow a lot of people who do have feeding tubes stuff, and they have so many problems with it, and my heart goes out to them because it's just awful what they have to. I'm also working on my own little venture to kind of help people gain confidence using mobility aids, because that is something that is a bit of a stigma, and I've had looks from people in public using walking aids, and they're not necessarily glamorous. If you look for them online, they're very generic and plain and boring. So I've been working on bringing them into the 21st century for young adults. So yeah, if you're interested, hit me up. Very soon. Oh, and before I leave, I met another zebra in person, which is super cool. I have a friend that I made online. She has vascular EDS. She actually has a YouTube channel, and I'll link it down below. Her actual story has been on the news and stuff because it was to do with her daughter and a big brain bleed.
When she was about a month old, she kept vomiting and sleeping all day. She had no energy whatsoever.
And then she had a seizure, which really scared you.
And it was very, very sad, but there was a happy end to it all. But we got to meet in person, and that was amazing. It was so great because we have the same sort of issues, and it was just nice to kind of get together. And she's thinking of coming up here next month, so maybe I can convince her to do some videos together, and we can talk to you about vascular EDS, which is way rarer and scarier, and yeah, hopefully she'll be down for that, but I'll try to do my persuasion. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys super soon. I love you, stay safe, and thank you for sticking around. Bye.